We are back and we're fucking going. What's up, Matt? How are you, buddy?
Not too bad, man. You're just coming up with new shit every week. I
You
love it.
have to.
Hey, you're keeping everyone entertained. It's good. We got a lot to talk about today.
It's a busy week.
It's coming into All-Star weekend, so we're kind of going into a little bit of a guessing in the podcast today. A lot of predictions coming up. Let's start off with what you think. A little over halfway mark this year, the playoff picture is going to look like. So
It's
this
tight.
is what I want you to do. I want you to give me your 3 locks from each division.
Okay.
Okay, so start with the Metro. Who do you think are
The
your 3
Metro,
locks?
who do I think is going to win it?
Doesn't matter who's winning it. Just give me
Okay.
your 1, 2, and 3.
For first,
going to be there. 100%.
I'll take Washington.
Okay.
Second, I'll take the Pens. And third, I'll take the Islanders. And then in the, what is that, the Atlantic?
Atlantic.
I got Tampa. And then I got Boston ahead of Toronto. So Boston second, Toronto third. And then for the 2 wild cards, I'll take the Blue Jackets and the Habs.
Look at that.
Habs
Habs are making an appearance in your prediction. Not
Yeah,
bad,
because
not
the rest
bad.
of the teams there stink.
I think in the Atlantic, I agree with you. I think Tampa, Toronto, Boston, that's basically a lock there.
Pretty much a lock. Yeah.
I think, Toronto's going to be up against Boston. I don't think anyone's going to catch up to Tampa.
Tampa's in the league as well.
I think in the Metro, I agree. Washington and Pittsburgh are going to be there for sure. But I might go on a limb and say Columbus makes it ahead of the Islanders. The reason I'm saying this, I don't know if they can sustain their success right now.
Fair.
But I come in the wild card. I think Montreal's going to be there. I think they're playing pretty good hockey for a team that everyone thought was going to be garbage. So, and for me, it's a coin toss between the Islanders or the Sabres.
Yeah. They kind of fell off after their 10-game winning streak.
You know what, though? Both teams are, right there. The Islanders are in a really good position right now, but Buffalo's been up there almost all year. They're not the bottom of the basement like they were previous years. So, All right, let me get your take on the Western Conference. Let's start with the Central.
The Central, I'm going to take the Preds number 1, and then I'm going to get the Jets at 2 and the Wild at 3. And then in the Pacific, I'm going to take this one's a tough one. I'm going to take the Flames at 1, the Knights at 2, and then the Sharks at 3.
Oh, so
And
you're keeping it nice there, just 1, 2, 3 for each position.
beauty.
Right.
And then the wild card, I'll probably take Colorado at the first wild card and Dallas in the second. The reason I say that is because Dallas, I don't know, man. They're kind of fucked this year. They're inconsistent, right?
Yeah, very inconsistent. They're either scoring a bunch of goals or they're not
Or
scoring.
they're not at all. And
you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on that top line because it's really just Sagan, Ben, sometimes Radulov, depending on it. They don't get a lot of help from their depth players. So
that's the same thing with Colorado, but I have more trust in Colorado's top line as opposed to Dallas's top line.
Not even that, but even their depth. Colorado's got some pretty decent depth players. It's not like they're a one-line team. Once you think they're a one-line team, then you got guys like, Yost and Soderberg, Comfort. Those guys, they're not like big name players, but they're solid depth players, which I think really helps them.
That's why I think they'll get it done in the long term, but I don't see them making it far in the playoffs at all.
Well, I think for me, Central, I think stays exactly the way it is right now. I think Winnipeg at number 1, Nashville, Minnesota 2 and 3. I think Calgary wins the Pacific because they're just playing great hockey right now. Yeah, I'm taking the Flames. I'm sold on the Flames right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying, what's the difference between the Flames from now versus last year? They just look. The top line is scoring. They got good depth all the way around. They have a solid top 4 defensive core. The only thing that really gives a red light to me is more their goalie issue. Yeah. Mike Smith is a good goalie, but
inconsistent at times.
Inconsistent. And right now they're going with David Rittich right now. So
he's not bad.
He's not bad, but you don't know what you get from him.
Yeah.
So their goalie issue is just more like who's their true number 1, who's going to go out there and steal them games, which you don't know. So I think that's just the main reason I'm taking them at number 1.
But I still don't think I don't think they'll make a far push in the playoffs.
Hey, stranger things have happened, man.
Yeah, for real. But I don't know. When I see the Flames, I don't see them as a true contender.
Okay.
As opposed to the Sharks, the Knights, and the Preds. I can't see them beating the Preds, the Knights, the Sharks or the Jets in a series. But that's just me.
Well, I'm taking Calgary. I'm going to switch over here with Vegas taking number 2, and I'm going to take San Jose number 3. Now, for me at the wild card, I think Colorado, I agree with you, gets the first wild card. This is where I'm going off the books here, and I'm taking a bold prediction. I think Arizona takes that second wild card spot.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm going for it. Why not?
The Yotes?
Why not? I mean, right now they're 2 points out of a wild card spot.
Paul Bissonnette would love that.
Yeah, why not? You know what? Just let him get in there and let him play playoff hockey. You know, why not for the first time in 9 years?
It's been since 2012.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I don't know what it was. I just remember Shane Doan out there and they did the whiteout. So
yeah, it was dope.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I think that's where we kind of said. I'm going bold prediction: Arizona taking the second wild card spot.
We'll see what happens.
Big news this morning. On January 23rd, Peter Chiarelli gets fired as Oilers general manager.
Fuck. About time. Now I fucked their whole thing up.
He did some pretty shitty things there as general manager. He started off shitty, signing Lucic to that big deal. Now this is
$42 million.
This is what I want to ask you here. I'm going to list off 5 scenarios, and I want you to give me, or 4 or 5 scenarios. I want you to give me the worst move he made. Okay. So he traded away 2 picks and he got Reinhart, okay? And those 2 picks, one of them that the Islanders used was for Matt Barzal. So you can kind of look at it whichever way you want. If they use that pick, take Barzal, then you're kind of trading Barzal. But for the time being, it's 2 picks. That 1 pick turned into Barzal. Eberle for Strome. Then Strome got flipped for Spooner, and then Spooner goes on waivers. Then we have the debacle Taylor Hall for Adam Larson deal. And then we got Lucic in a 7-year, $42 million contract.
And he scored, 10 goals?
He scored like 2 goals all last year.
Yeah.
Like in a calendar year.
That's fucked.
So I want you to pick one. What is the worst trade he made as a general manager? Or acquisition or whatever it was?
For sure it has to be the Hall trade. That was ridiculous. That was so dumb. When I saw that trade, I was like, no way, that's fake. That's fake. It has to be fake. Why would you trade? Like, Hall wasn't what he is now on New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, he had a fucking sick year last year. But, dude, it's still like Taylor Hall. Imagine him, McDavid, and Draisaitl on the top line. Yeah. That's 2 of the fastest players in the NHL. That's solid. Now you got Adam Larson to help you with your defense, and you're still giving up 4, 5, 6 goals a game.
Yeah, it's very it's a questionable move, but I'm actually going to go with Eberle for Strome as his biggest screw-up because – the thing I'm not don't get me wrong, Hall for Larson was a bad trade, but at least the Oilers got something that'll help their hockey team right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he's still a top 4 defenseman. He's still a guy you put out there to shut out their top guys. He's still on the team, producing. He's not producing well at the moment, but he's still producing. Whereas, Eberle for Strome, he straight up traded Eberle for Dylan Strome, then Dylan Strome for Ryan Spooner, and then they go and put Ryan Spooner on waiver. So he basically traded him away for nothing, which is why I'm going with that. Now, I saw this morning. I wanted you to see it. I don't know if you saw it or not. So TSN posted this on Instagram. It has the Oilers roster with no GM interference. So their top line, Taylor Hall, Connor McDavid, Jordan Eberle, Nugent Hopkins, Matt Barzal, and Jesse Puljujarvi. Benoit Pouliot. Is it Benoit Pouliot?
Yeah.
Leon Draisaitl and Kailer Yamamoto. And then after you got, Benson, Jujhar Khaira, and Yakupov. The defense kind of stays the same. The only difference is they have Boursois as the goalie instead of Talbot, which apparently looking to move Talbot now.
Yeah, Boursois a good goalie. But he's a backup, but
the amount of
that looks like a playoff team to me. That's a good team. The amount of
wrong moves that he's made as a general manager is just mind-boggling to a guy who's won a Stanley Cup in Boston. So you expect better from that because he put a good team in Boston when they won.
Mm-hmm.
Now he had a team that you had McDavid, you had Taylor Hall, you had Jordan Eberle, and you're like, we're just gonna keep McDavid and get rid of everyone else.
Yeah, fuck, poor guy. Aside from after McDavid and Draisaitl, who else do you really have?
Yeah.
I'm positive I think they play on the same line still. But dude,
don't get me wrong, Nugent Hopkins is a good player, but
solid, but he's not to the level of even Draisaitl. You know what I mean?
Now we have to put it into perspective. Like every team's going to be making bad trades and bad moves all the time, but you had Chiarelli who basically traded away Hall for Larson. Now it wasn't like a secret that Edmonton needed at a defense there. Yeah, their defense was not good at all at the time. Again, I know this because I'm a Sens fan. I go through this all the time. Whenever there's a trade in the rumors, everyone always reminds me of this. I try to forget, but it's not going to happen. They wanted Cody Ceci for Taylor Hall straight up. And Otto was like, we can't do that. We have too much potential in Cody Ceci. So, I don't know. You never know in the NHL. They needed a defense. They went and got their guy. Well, what they thought was their guy in Larson. Don't get me wrong. The first year they made that deal, Hall had a good year still.
He did.
And Edmonton went to the playoffs.
Yeah. You mean New Jersey?
No. And I'm saying after they moved and Larson came in, Larson went to the playoffs and he was shutting guys down. So, it worked out 1 year. I don't know what happened after that, but...
Well, also, Cam Talbot played a big part in that, too. He played well.
Yeah, and now with the extension from...
That was also stupid. I don't know
who green-lighted the extension for him, but then after Chiarelli deals with that. He's the president and GM. He gives him an extension, and then a day later, he gets fired.
That guy fucked their whole franchise.
Their
whole franchise.
It's a mess there. I want to just quickly touch upon the Jake Gardiner situation in Toronto.
That's a blessing in disguise for the Leafs.
A lot of fans are not liking this right now. I just want to get your thoughts. What do you think on Toronto, booing him on home ice?
I would have too. The guy's an idiot. He can't string together two passes. He gives the puck away like crazy. It's stupid. If he's producing on the offensive end, but he's giving up goals on the defensive end, I feel like you could probably still get a younger defenseman for him, or even a forward if you want a forward. But if I'm the Leafs, I'd probably look at offloading Gardiner and Nylander, because Nylander, he has 3 points in how many games has he played? 25, 30
it's
already?
It's up there. He's struggling,
and you're paying a guy $7 million for 3 points.
This year they're paying him $10 million.
Even better, which is dumb. But I don't know. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But fuck, man,
Yeah, I get why the fans are upset, but for me, you know what you get from Jake Gardiner. This isn't a surprise to everyone. He's not a great defensive player, but he's a good offensive defenseman. He puts up 50 points a year.
Put him left wing. Try him out on left wing.
Just throw him out there. Play 11 and 7. Just put him on as a forward.
It shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, might as well. Give it a try. But again, I just want to get your thoughts because a lot of fans are really they had enough of Jake Gardiner. They want him out ASAP.
I would too.
Their first home game since that situation, he was out for back spasms.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. Again, I'm not trying to say he's faking an injury to not play at home, but you never know, right? It's just coincidentally that the first home game back, he's out with back spasms.
Yeah, but it's been coming. He's consistently giving the puck away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. If I'm the Leafs, I'd look at trading him, or
trading him, or just try to
send him to the minors.
Send him a message. But here's the thing, Babcock.
Send him to the minors.
Babcock loves him. He won't.
Yeah,
Babcock's not going to send him to the minors
because he has a good shot from the point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shut up.
Let's talk about the Islanders.
That's a surprise.
They're doing really well. Losing John Tavares in the offseason. No one thought that right now they are. What are they? First in the Metro. Yeah, they're first in the Metro with 63 points. No one saw this coming. They snuck up on everyone, man. I'll be honest, when I saw that they were first, at first I was surprised, but then after it kind of set in, maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. They still had a good core guys. They didn't have their superstar with Tavares.
But now they have it with Barzal.
Yeah, they had good core there. And, they got the Stanley Cup winning coach behind the bench too.
That's also, he plays a big part of it too. Barry Trotz is a very good coach. He's been successful everywhere he went. On the Preds, they were good. He won a cup with the Caps, and now first year with the Islanders, they're playing well. So he makes them play the right way, which is nice to see.
So I don't think that this isn't just a random fluke that happened. I think they're actually a decent team there. They got
they're getting good goaltending.
Very good goaltending from Robin Lehner and Thomas Greiss. But we're going to have to see how that lasts throughout the year.
It's a long season.
Right now, though, 49 games played, they got 63 points, which I thought was surprising. More points then the Capitals, the Blue Jackets, the Penguins, everyone in the Metro, they're doing really well.
And they beat the Pens twice this year within like a week, so that's not cool. I don't like that.
Look at their goal differential. They have a 25 goal differential. They're doing really well, and I mean they're not a team you should take lightly for heading in there now. They're a team. They don't have a lot of good home attendance games because not a lot of people go watching it in Brooklyn, but they're a good team and they should be treated as such. I mean, just because they lost Tavares doesn't mean they're a garbage team. They're doing really well. First in the Metro. I would be excited to see how they would do in the playoffs, honestly.
I think you don't really know, because the playoffs is a whole different story, right?
It's a different animal, yeah.
And you don't really know what you're going to get. But, like you said last year, Vegas, you never know.
You never know, man. You never know.
So you can never count them out. But for the Islanders, I think it'll be tough to come out of there, especially in the first round. If you have to play, like, say, the Penguins. Say you get the second wild card and they're the Penguins.
Yeah, and you got to go up and you got to face
I'd say the Penguins would probably be favored.
Yeah, then you got your experience versus inexperience.
Exactly.
Right?
Because then you shut down Crosby's line in the playoffs. Okay, we'll come back with Gino and Kessel. And then, Murray too. Yeah. But anyways.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. It's a long stretch from now to the playoffs.
So this weekend coming up, we got All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like it, some people don't. I want to get your opinion. You a fan of All-Star Weekend or no?
I am.
To some extent?
To some extent. Honestly, now, I feel like the players just really don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd rather just play their hockey, because once you're in the groove, right? And then you stop playing for like a weekend or in the Penguins case, they've been off this week, so they've been off the whole week, but there's still teams that are playing, right? So I feel like they just don't like to be out of the groove, teams in general. But I mean, it's good for the fans too.
Yeah, so
a lot of the younger kids.
Some of the guys that are sitting out, Ovi, we've said before, Carey Price,
he doesn't give a shit.
Injury. Yeah, Ovi doesn't care. He's gonna do whatever the hell he wants.
I feel like if it was in Washington, maybe he'd stay.
Yeah. It's just a lot of big name players don't want to go because, like you said, they rather have the bye week and go on vacation for 4 or 5 days than to go. I mean, they're still in San Jose. It's still good weather in San Jose.
Yeah.
But they don't want to go and they want to go to the rink every day. I think the younger players like it more.
Yeah, it's an experience.
I think
right?
guys like the first time going like Shabbat and Draisaitl, I think they're going to enjoy themselves there. But you got big name players like Price are saying, no, I'm not going to go. Ovi, no, I'm not going to go. I've been there before. Then you had someone like Bergeron who was supposed to be, like, again, he was a guy that you had to vote in if you wanted to see him. And he comes out and goes, no, I just had a kid, I'm not.
That's okay. Like, that's fair.
Don't vote for me. I'm not coming.
If you have a kid, if your wife is having a kid, that's cool. But I feel like it's a privilege to go.
Yeah.
It's an honor. You get picked out of like all these stars, right? And you're going. But I feel like the more times you go, you just it loses its taste, its flavor. So like it's boring to them because they go like 40%. They don't care. But
you know what? I'll be honest.
I still think it'll be fun.
I like the skills competition. I think that's still entertaining for me. Like I like to see the hard shot, the accuracy. I like all that shit. But when it comes to the game, I'll maybe watch the first period of the first game and be like, okay, it's just like whatever. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of intensity going on, which is understandable because it's just a regular. Yeah. It's a game for fun, but it's a 3-on-3. I watched the first period. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I don't gotta watch the rest. So I don't find the game as entertaining as most people would. I kind of just say, you know what, just go right into the skills comp and then just end it there. Why not? You know what? Honestly, I like their old sort of formation. Like the draft on Friday. No, I'm not with the draft on Friday night. You draft your team. It just adds another, exciting thing to watch out. You get to see
last person gets a car.
You get to see players play with guys that you don't usually play with. So, I mean, you would be pretty happy if you got to see McDavid play with Crosby, right? Yeah, exactly. All I got to do is mention Crosby.
The best player in the world playing with McDavid, the second best player in the world. That'd be sick.
What I want to do now, I want to go through, who do you think is going to win in each competition? I think it's it's a pretty good thing, just our predictions. Now, they haven't announced who's going to be in what competition, so we're just
spitballing here.
Yeah, we're just basing on what we think is gonna happen. So tell me, hardest shot. Who you taking?
I'm probably gonna take. I got Burns.
Brett Burns. Okay, I see it.
The guy's got a cannon, but he doesn't really use it that much because he's always taking wristers from the point. Amazing guy to tip shots from. But I'll take Burns.
I can see it.
Him and his beard, I think, will win it.
With guys like Subban, Weber, Ovi not going there, I think it opens up for a whole new, group of people. But my money, if I'm putting it on Stamkos. I think
you guys got a cannon too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Again, if he's in it, I think I think Stamkos is definitely going to be one of the top guys there
for sure.
But yeah, I do agree. Burns is probably like right up there as well. Fastest skater, who you want?
Everyone's gonna say McDavid, but I'm going McKinnon.
You're going McKinnon.
The guy's fast as fuck.
Honestly, I agree with you, but since you got to pick first and you wanted McKinnon, I'm gonna go with the second choice, which I still think is probably one of the favorites, and that's McDavid.
100%, yeah.
So I'm gonna say McDavid for that one for obvious reasons. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if McKinnon pulls it out and wins it. If again they're in the competition. Premier passer.
Which one? That's the one with the one where Doughty fucked up on last year?
Yeah, the one where Doughty had
he couldn't do it, right?
8 minutes to do that whole thing.
I'm gonna take Mikko Rantanen.
All right.
That guy's he's decent. He's a decent passer.
He's an underrated passer. You're just seeing what.
I think he's gonna take that one.
No.
I don't think he'll have some trouble. I don't think he'll have any trouble.
Yeah. Now, I'm taking Carlson. Just because I've seen him pass, biased. Yeah, whatever you want to say. The one coming up soon. You were pretty biased for us, so whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna take Carlson at the passer because what kind of fan would I be if I didn't take him? So I'm going with Carlson. Obvious reasons I saw him pass. I'm like, he was just insane.
Yeah, that went to Hoffman.
That was just ridiculous.
Lucky.
Again, he might be in the fastest skater, but if not, I'm taking him in the premier passer.
Mm-hmm.
Accuracy. Let's talk about bias for a second. Who are you taking?
I got Sid.
Of course.
That's obvious.
Now going through who was available, I went with Matthews. Mm-hmm. So we both agreed he's coming out of the East.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure those two were the final two last year.
Were they?
Honestly, I don't think I know Crosby won, but he edged out Matthews by a second or two. So, and you got Brock Besser too. He's accurate.
Yeah.
Stud. But I got Sid.
All right, now puck control.
Is there even a question? It's Patrick Kane.
There you go, another biased one. So two biased ones for you on that one.
The guy is the most skilled guy in the NHL. No question about it.
I hear he wears 88 because you wear 88.
Oh, yeah. He saw me play once, and he's like, fuck, I got to wear 88 now.
I'm taking Johnny Hockey. I think Goudreau has it. He's got some silky hands, so I'm taking him to win that one.
The 4'6" motherfucker.
So what do you think? So we put some sort of wager on this? Who gets most of them right?
Oh, mine's a lock already. They already won.
Oh, you think so? Who knows? Maybe we'll have to make some sort of wager to see.
A friendly wager.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll talk about it off camera. Maybe we'll post it on we'll post it online. We'll see. But that's really it. We don't really have much else to talk about. The All-Star Weekend coming up. So
who do you think is going to win the tournament?
I'm going with Atlantic. Just because, I'm sticking with, where Shabazz going to play, so why not?
I think I'm going to go with not the Pacific, the Central.
You think the Central?
I think the Central.
The Central, they keep basically Colorado on one line. Just throw them all out there.
Look at that team. But they're going 40%, so.
Yeah, you could literally put McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog on one line. Just let them go. Just put one of them defense is okay. It's fine. They only got two defensemen anyway. Just throw forward out there. It's all right.
Who are their defensemen? Haskin and Yossi? Not bad.
Yeah, they got a pretty solid team. But yeah, what kind of person would I be if I didn't go Thomas Chabot? I'm watching. If I'm watching the games, it's because I want to see him.
You know what? The Atlantic doesn't look bad either.
Oh yeah, with Eichel, Kucherov, Matthews, Skinner, Pasternak, Stamkos, Tavares.
I don't like that one defenseman.
Who, Yandel?
No, Chabot. Who is that guy?
What do you mean? He's the best defenseman in the league.
And Jimmy Howard, get out of there.
Yeah, you got to get a representative.
I guess.
If you're going
off Chris Osgood.
If you're going off of skill, then you're going to take Vasilevsky with obviously Frederick Anderson.
Yeah, of
if
course.
You're taking those two.
But then you get too many leafers.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do?
Well, that's it.
All right, we're finito. That is episode 6 or 7.
It's 6. Yeah.
6. All right, good stuff, Matt.
Yeah, not a bad episode. Now we got to see who's gonna win this All-Star game.
Yeah. All right. We will see you guys next week, maybe.
Yeah, and just a quick shout out to Andrew Pontieri. Just for beating him in fantasy last week. Just want to
fuck that.
Just want to put that out there.
Fuck him. Pon, if you listen to this, fuck you. All right, guys and girls, peace.